So I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that I am standing on. The Yagara people connected to the Yagara Nation. I'd like to pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. Inala gets its name from an Aboriginal expression that describes it as a place of wind or a resting place. This land was traditionally used as a stopping spot for the Aboriginal travellers who were headed east towards the Moreton Bay region prior to the invasion in 1788.
After World War II, Inala was colonised by the government as there was a shortage of houses in 1946. It was previously known as Serviceton. Inala had a name change to avoid confusion with another Serviceton that was in South Australia. It was not for acknowledgement of Indigenous heritage. I contacted the local Inala elders and asked them if they knew of any landmarks, signs, or sacred land designated to the Jagera people. Unfortunately, the elders there had no knowledge of any such places. They did tell me that there is an acknowledgement of the local tribes headed into Ipswich on the Springfield Highway. I went for a drive down the highway and barely even noticed the sign. I had to drive up and down that part of the highway twice to be able to fully read the sign. I then decided to review a few of the key signs for the council area, such as the Welcome to Inala sign, some of the local park signs, and the Welcome to Ipswich sign. I was incredibly disappointed when I realised that the only acknowledgement of the local Aboriginal tribes was on the Springfield Highway, in a position that I had no way to stop and appreciate it. The Aboriginal people of Inala are culturally overshadowed by the Vietnamese and Buddhist cultures, partly due to them having a larger community presence compared to the Indigenous. The census of 2016 said 5.5% of citizens in Inala were Indigenous compared to the overwhelming 30% of the Vietnamese Australians. On the corner of Kitty Hawk Street and Wirraway Parade are the few services aimed at the local Aboriginals, such as the local Inala Community Health Plaza. They fly a flag at the front, which is the Aboriginals, Torres Strait Islanders, the Australian, and the Vietnamese ones. Across the road from them are the Southern Queensland Centre of Excellence in Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander primary health care, and just beside them on the corner is the schools and community library called Dandiri, which means to come together in the Yagara language. Overall, I was appalled to see how squished and pushed to the background the local Aboriginal people of Inala are, given that they were here first. I would say the Indigenous people are fairly hidden and unseen in our local community.